Hey there, everyone. This is Dave Dubeau with another episode of the Property Profits Real Estate Podcast. And today it is my pleasure to be chatting with Melanie and Dave Dupuis. And you folks are zooming in all the way from North Bay, Ontario. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's fantastic. I'm here in lovely Kamloops, BC. You're on the other side of the country. It's all great. You got to love technology. And if you're not familiar with Melanie and Dave, these two are very, very astute real estate investors. They focus on investing in multifamily properties in and around North Bay. They've accomplished a lot in a short period of time. In fact, they got their first 12 properties in 12 months, which is very, very impressive. And that allowed Melanie to quit the job and become a full-time real estate entrepreneur and spend a lot more time with her kids as well. So I'm really looking forward to our chat here today, you guys. And we're going to get started with the questions, and I will start the 17-minute timer as of right now. All right. So you guys, let's get started. First of all, how and why did you first decide to get started investing in real estate? What was that light bulb moment or that spark that kind of got you going?
Yeah, so we've always had a passion and love for real estate. And I remember growing up thinking, how do I become a millionaire? And it seemed that most millionaires were involved, with real estate investing or some sort of real estate aspect. So, why reinvent the wheel? Follow what they're doing, and that's kind of how we got into it.
Yeah, and how we actually did it was we were very aggressive with our goals. So we set high goals that seemed at the time quite unrealistic, and by having such high goals, it demanded a lot of action, and from that's how we were able to grow so quickly.
Well, that's very good. So what year did you start in?
We started about 6 years or so, yeah.
So about 2013, give or take?
Yeah,
very good. And you did 12 deals in 12 months. That's very, very impressive. Now, we mentioned in the intro that you're focusing on multifamily properties. Did you start out that way, or was it kind of a progression?
When we met, I had a single family dwelling, which we still own, and Melanie had 2 duplexes. So we kind of, at the start, we kind of added 1 or 2 a year. And the 12 properties in 12 months came once we found a bunch of information and our eyes lit up, and that's when we really unleashed the beast.
Love it. Well, you've got a very impressive portfolio right now, 22 buildings with 87 units, 87 doors.
Yes.
So you've got a nice portfolio going there. So you kind of how did you guys decide to really kind of focus on multifamily properties? What is it about, that really appeals to you versus everything? Because there's a whole plethora of things we could do. Why do you guys like multifamilies?
Well, we really like the fact that there's multiple income coming in for the one property. So it just adds that sense of extra security for us. Reduces the risk involved as well. So that was one huge reason for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, doing the cash flow analysis, seeing what duplexes and triplex make, and we took commercial units where there was some risk of vacancy, lower turnover but higher vacancy, when there is turnover. So it was just more of a safe and solid, tried and true. And some of our mentors, they only do multifamily. So again, why reinvent the wheel? Listen to people that know what they're doing.
Very, very smart. Yeah, I agree with you. I love multifamily properties. That's what I focus on these days as well. That whole, if you got a single family home that goes vacant, you're 100% vacant. If you got a 10-unit building and you got 1 vacancy, you're still 90% full. So it makes all kinds of sense. All right. So you guys, it sounds like you did a lot of things right from the get-go. But if you could rewind the clock and talk to your 6-year younger selves, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently if you're starting over again?
I'll let you start.
I would just aim higher. Like if someone had told me, I know Melanie had a goal of 10 buildings by the time she was 40. And she'll be 40 this year, we have 22. And so I would have aimed a lot higher, because once you achieve it, you just realize, wow, it was a lot of work, but that wasn't rocket science. So I'd aim, kind of leaps and bounds over what you think you want, and that way, if you get it, then, because it is achievable. Like I said, it's not rocket science. People do it every day. Everyone can do it. So just aim a lot higher, because you can get there.
And the other part as well is that we heard a lot of, as we were trying to grow our portfolio, a lot of negativity coming from, from various people on, the risks, and what if the interest rates goes up, and all these different things. And
everyone's heard of that.
yeah, and we, it created of course, some worry, and so it kind of slowed us down for a little bit until we stopped taking advice from, from people who weren't really into it, and taking advice instead that people who have been successful in it, and that just, fast forward our growth significantly as we started following the people instead that have been there and how they did, and take their advice instead.
Very smart. I imagine you've kind of had to shift the people that you hang out with over the years might have changed a little bit. Would that be a fair statement?
That's fair to say.
Yeah.
A lot of naysayers, a lot of what we call it haters. Just you hear the stories, the same stories. What if interest rates? What if you bank? What if this? What if that? It just rolls off our back now, and now it's so typical. So yeah.
And now we're surrounded around a different group.
Yes.
And they're like, oh my gosh, oh, what's next? And oh, you guys can do this. That's great. And it's funny how, surround yourself by, or look at your top 5 friends, or, people you hang around with, or people you take advice from, and that's going to predict your success in the future. So that's what we try to focus on is, who are we taking our advice from? And we certainly have our top people that, our go-to people, our top mentors that we take advice from.
So now our next goal is huge, and we will achieve it. And then when we achieve it, we're going to be like, wow, that was easy, and then go somewhere else.
You'll want us back on your show, Dave.
Yeah.
There you go. I look forward to it. So you guys, you've been doing this for a number of years now. You got a lot of experience under your belt. Seems like you're very, very sharp people. And I love the fact that you're a team doing this together. That makes such a huge difference in your success rate and the speed at which you can achieve things. I know this from personal experience, that's for sure. So you must hang around with a lot of other real estate investors, including some newbies. What are some of the mistakes that you see people making, especially when it comes to investing in multifamily properties?
My biggest qualm, and I did it too, is the paralysis analysis. It's just this idea of having to know everything before you get started. It's so backwards. That's why you have lawyers. That's why you have real estate agents. That's why you have accountants. Just get started. Get some knowledge. Don't just buy a house tomorrow or buy a triplex tomorrow and go at her. But get some knowledge. Stop analyzing everything. Stop thinking you need to know the route ahead of you. Get going, and then once you meet that next red light, figure it out. The whole street is not going to be green lights all the way, right? You got to stop sometimes, figure it out, and then it's again not rocket science. So just figure it out, get her done, and meet the next obstacle and figure that one out too.
And a big part of that, where we've seen from other people and from talking to so many real estate investors, is that one big mistake that people make is that they don't have an exit strategy for, especially when it comes to private lending, for the down payment or creative financing. And that's so huge that, you have to have a plan A, B, and C. How am I gonna, in a year from now, repay this loan? Because if one comes crashing down, then it's the domino effect, right? So we've always made sure that we can, have 3 or 4 plans that if this happens, this is what we would do. Again, worst case scenario, so that way we've been we've repaid tons of loans, early, and people want to continue investing with us because they have that trust now in us. So it's just a win-win. So if you're new in real estate, it's to really make sure that you have that strategy set and spend some time on it, because it's so, so crucial.
That's a very, very good point, Melanie. So thanks for bringing that up. It's, sometimes it's easy to get into the deal initially, but that initial money might be pretty expensive. So it's how do you get that replaced with more affordable money, yet at the same time have a velocity where you can go in, make offers, and tie up properties and buy them lickety split. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, very good. So you guys, I think you accomplished your goal. So Melanie, you were able to quit your job years before your 40th birthday. You're not even 40 yet.
Not yet. It's getting closer, but not yet.
Young whippersnappers, I tell you. And so you're able to accomplish that. And I believe you guys have a new business on the go as well. So you're offering property management for other real estate entrepreneurs. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what problem do you find that you solve for your clients when it comes to that business? What's the biggest?
It's just, I find people, they just don't want to deal with the headaches. I'm giving them back their time. I'm giving them the gift of time. And again, when we started out, when we had 4 or 5 duplexes, that's when we were the busiest and just spinning our wheels. So through its property management, and it's also repairs, maintenance, and renovations, or even homeowners, like not just, so it's just giving people, you know, a good product. We're contractors that'll show up, get the work done. We treat the properties like we treat our own. So yeah, we're just giving them back their time. We're giving them back their sanity. We're taking the headaches away. And because we love it, we have a strong team.
And that's key. I think it's been able to
Yes.
to find the, you know, we have a fantastic crew, you know, great team, and that's been key. So yeah, so if somebody's at the next level or they want to grow but they don't have the time, leaning on somebody who can offer you that, somebody you can trust, and somebody who has a proven record can be huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's wonderful, you guys. So I understand you've got a brand new book that you've launched or you're about to launch. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know that's a little off the script, but let's go with that one.
I'll let Mel talk as I
Sure. So our new book is, by the time you're seeing this, it should be on Amazon. It's fairly new, so it's in the print now.
This is the not for sale version, but
Real
Yes,
estate investing
the not purchase version. But yeah, it will be on Amazon. Thank you. It'll be on Amazon soon. Again, by now it should be on there by the time you're looking at this podcast. It's a book about, it's everything. It's the book that we wrote.
Yes.
That we wish we had when we first started.
Yes.
So we didn't buy the 12 properties the first year we were together. It took us a couple of years to build to that. I wish we would have. I wish we knew these secrets when we started. So that's essentially why we wrote the book. We're like, hey, why don't we help others fast forward 3-4 years and share everything that we've learned, and they can learn from our mistakes and learn from things we've done well as well. So we're throwing it all out there. It's a short book. It's 88 pages.
Yes, very short.
So it's short, no BS, right to the point. And we've received great feedback so far from some that's reviewed it.
The way I see it is it's two things. It's use this to leapfrog. So leapfrog us, you know, with this book. The other thing is we're a little bit a kick in the, you know, get going here. Don't make excuses, you know. Turn off the Netflix. Turn on a podcast like yourself. So just things like that. Just get her done. Leapfrog us, and yeah. So it's a good book. I'm biased.
I don't want to steal your thunder from the book, but if you could pull one big idea, one big tip besides turn off the damn Netflix, which is an awesome tip there, that would be something that you could share with our audience that you think would be really helpful.
I'd start off with, and it's kind of how we start off the book is stop making excuses. So everyone talks about real estate. Yeah, I want to do it. Oh, but my mom, you know, my wife just had a baby, or I just got my father's sick, or I'm just coaching right now another season, or I don't have the money for down payment. So every time we talk, not every time, but often we speak with somebody who wants to invest in real estate, they come up with excuses. And I guess number one tip is stop waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. You just have to start actioning now and creating time for yourself. So whether that means, you know, get up an extra hour early in the morning, turn off Netflix and work on growing your portfolio or setting your goals and all those different things.
Yeah, and to add on to that, so it's the no excuses, and then it's, again, this book isn't everything on really, it's not but it's enough to get you started, it's enough to get going. So take that motivation, and here are the steps to at least get going and buy your first place.
Well, that's great. I think that's a very, very valuable book. I look forward to reading it myself, that's for sure.
Thanks, Dave.
So you guys, I know you're very, very busy with your real estate investing, your portfolio, now your property management and maintenance company. Do you guys do training and stuff like that for other real estate investors, or are you primarily focused on your own portfolio?
No, we certainly do. We work with investors who want to get started, and we're set up quite a bit differently. It's very individually based. So it's not over the internet or online courses, that kind of thing. So we spend time with people one-on-one. Now, it doesn't mean it's not face-to-face, because most of our clients, most of our clients come from different cities. But we give as much or as little time as they need to, whether it's reviewing deals, or I'm stuck, I don't know how to come up with down payments, you know, so they'll book 3-4 hours with us, and we can help them through the next process. And some take it from one end to the other of bigger packages where I want to buy 12 properties in 12 months like you did. Help me through it for the year. Yeah. So we'll do that as well.
Yeah, I think that there's nothing wrong with webinars and all that, but you get us, and it's specifically your questions, your deal, your scenario, So that's what we like to be different from everyone else. We like to offer that one-on-one.
So you say that that's the biggest problem that you guys solve is it's the one-on-one hand holding that people need and it's kind of whatever it's custom to them, that whatever they're looking for.
Because someone's questions or roadblocks are different from someone might have credit issues, someone might have different so it's really custom to the person and their requirements.
So who would you say is who's your ideal client or person that you like to work with?
So I don't want someone coming and I have to motivate you, because if that's the case, if I'm having to motivate you from day one, it's not going to last. So the ideal person for me is they come with a fire under them, and I'm just here, instead of you wasting your time and learning things, I'm just here to take away a little bit of the learning curve, a little bit of the baby steps, put you in the right direction, and just expedite your get things going. So someone that comes motivated, someone that comes ready to do it, and we're just here to help you and guide you.
And somebody who's willing to take those action, right? So motivation is one thing. You can have all the motivation in the world, but you can say whatever speech you want, but if you're not taking action, you're not going to achieve anything at the end of the day. So somebody has the motivation, but who's always also willing to put in the hours, put in the action, so they can see the results.
So you're telling me there's no magic bullet?
No, unfortunately not. We waited for that when we first got started. It didn't work, so then we changed our strategy.
Exactly.
Perfect. All right, you guys. Well, we're just about out of time here on the interview. This has been great. So if people are looking for more information about Melanie and Dave Dupuis, what would you have them do? What would you like them?
Yeah, we're all over social media. So Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So you can follow us on any one of those resources. Our book, of course, is a great way to get started as well. And you can find that information on our website as well as we have a link for the book order there.
That's fantastic. What's your website address again?
DupuisProperties.com.
I'm sorry?
Oh, DupuisProperties.com.
DupuisProperties.com. There you go. Perfect. All right, you guys. And as we're wrapping up, the one last minute we got on the call here, it's kind of a different version of the question we asked before, but from all your years of experience, what is the most valuable free tip that you could give folks on our call today to wrap things up?
Probably not be afraid to invest in yourself as a real estate investor. So invest in yourself. That means invest in a mentor if you need to. It's just going to fast forward. You want to make, I don't know, 100, 200, 300,000 a year more than you are now. If you want to fast forward that, you have to learn from the people who've done it. That's been a huge for us.
Fantastic, guys. Well, this has been great. Thank you very much for your time on our interview today, and look forward to meeting you guys in person sometime.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having us, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Okay, bye.
Well, thanks very much for checking out the Property Profits podcast. And if you like what we're doing here, please head on over to iTunes, subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. Be very, very much appreciated. And if you're looking to create a regular flow of inbound investor inquiries about your real estate deals, then I invite you to attend one of my upcoming live online demonstrations. And you can check that out at investorattractiondemo.com. Take care.